What's up everyone, and thank you for stopping by the channel. Today's project is this Craftsman chainsaw, and the problem is sometimes it doesn't start, and if it does start, it doesn't run very well. Let's take a good look at it, find out what's wrong with it, and hopefully we can fix it. In this video, we try and repair this chainsaw. However, it may not be the exact repair you need to make to yours. We'll explore other options later in the video. Now, this Craftsman chainsaw hardly has a scratch or a dent on it, so I don't think it's been used all that much. In fact, the most visible wear on it is the bar, so I know it's been used to cut some wood in its short lifetime. And according to the information sticker, that lifetime is about 4 years. So unless this saw was ran on straight gas, I'm pretty sure there isn't any engine damage. Now, the easiest way to damage a 2-cycle engine is to not put enough oil in the gas, which will cause engine wear. A bigger question is a quality issue due to the place where it was assembled, but I'm not going to touch on that subject right now. The first thing I want to check is the air filter. Chainsaws make a lot of sawdust that can easily clog an air filter, causing a starting or a running issue. Also, if the carburetor is leaking fuel, that fuel can cause the air filter to keep air from passing through the engine. Unfortunately, this filter is a fine screen type, so fuel won't affect it, and it's not clogged, so that's not the problem with this saw. Next, I want to look at the fuel in the tank, and luckily the fuel in the tank is the same from when it was last started, which is great news since we can examine it for any problems. Now, I know it sounds impossible, but I've seen people put bar oil into the fuel tank and fuel into the oil tanks, so read the caps carefully. Now, some of the issues we're looking for is old stale gas, or if it has contaminants in it such as water. Now, from the smell, the fuel is not fresh, and if we pour it into a jar, it pretty much confirms that with its dark color. But what's really interesting is the fuel that's spilled onto the wood plank. If you're not sure what you're seeing, that's water sitting on top of the gas. The gas has seeped into the grain of the wood, but the water won't mix with the gas, so it's sitting on top of it. That's probably the reason why this engine is having starting and running issues. For what's left in the jar, it would be easier to pour the fuel into another jar and leave any water left in the first jar. So I left about 2 ounces in the jar, and as you can see, there's a light brown fluid under the light green fuel. It's harder to tell from the top, but if you look at it from the side, you can see a definite separation. To confirm that the light brown fluid is water, just pour it out onto the fuel that's already on the plank, and you'll be able to see that it won't mix with the fuel, so it's definitely water. Now, people will usually ask me, how does the water get into the gas? And my usual response is, a gas can that isn't properly sealed from the elements will allow moisture to get inside. And once there, the moisture will condense and just slide down the walls of the can and move to the bottom. It happens to ethanol gas more often, so I usually tell them to get 100% gas if possible, and make sure your gas can is properly sealed and out of the weather if possible. I used to use the same color 2-cycle oil, but I found it too difficult to tell if I mixed the fuel correctly because the mixed color was too dark to gauge. So I switched to a blue color, and it's much easier to tell if it's a light or heavy mixture, and more importantly if there's water at the bottom of the fuel. The next thing I want to do is put fresh fuel in the tank, prime the fuel system, and then try starting it. But before I do that, I want to remove the spark plug and check to see if it's covered in fuel from repeated failed starts. It would also let me know if the engine is running lean or rich with fuel, and if I need to adjust the carburetor. Another reason why this chainsaw would have running issues is if the engine was worn out. Now, chainsaws have a very difficult life. After they warm up, they're pretty much ran at wide open throttle, and then they have a huge load on the engine while it's cutting wood. Now, if the engine wasn't allowed to get up to full temp, or the fuel didn't have enough oil in it, the engine would wear out quicker. The easiest way to find out is to use a compression tester to find out if the piston rings are worn out and not sealing well. Luckily, this spark plug isn't wet with fuel, and it's not covered in carbon, so it should still work. I'll then put it back in the engine, and just for extra insurance, I want to check to see if it has spark using a tester. Now, you can find these online for just a few dollars or at your local auto parts store. Just install it in line with the spark plug, and pull the rope and look for a small orange glow in the middle of the tester. So it has spark, which is great news. Now I'll replace the spark plug wire on the plug, replace the top cover, and then I'll try starting it. So it started and ran, and aside from it burning off all the extra fuel in the engine from the other attempts to start it, it seems to run just fine. But the true test is to actually cut some wood with it. I'll just take it to a down limb in the woods and see how it cuts it. So it seems to cut fine, but I think it was low on bar oil and the chain could use a good sharpening, so I'll do that a little later on. I would always suggest multiple cold starts just to make sure it does start, and of course a couple of hot starts as well. The only problem I saw was a leaking fuel cap, but I think it just needs to be tightened more because the O-ring that seals it isn't damaged. All in all, this Craftsman saw is still working great, but then again, it hasn't had a lot of use, so it doesn't say much about their quality. This particular saw has held up well in the 4 years, so hopefully it lasts another 4 years before it needs any major work. So my question is, would you buy a Craftsman chainsaw? Personally, it's not my first choice, but if you're trying to stay on a budget, I think it's a decent saw. Another option though in the same price range is a Poland chainsaw, but from what I can tell, most people don't like that brand either. Now, for a residential chainsaw, it just needs to stay in its case until a major storm knocks down a few limbs so I can cut it, and for me, I would either buy a Stihl or an Echo chainsaw instead. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time here. Please feel free to ask any questions, and I hope to see you in my next video.